Okay, so you planning a trip to Epic Universe, you must watch this entire video. We'll show you our whole experience from start to end with each visit to every universe, what rides are available, and what food we highly recommend. So if you're planning a trip to Epic Universe, just know that there are 3 new hotels, 2 at the entrance, that you can book with bus access to the theme park itself. So this is a brand new theme park that just opened May 23rd of this year, 2025. And you also can see the actual hotel is very modern, very vivid, and it's right at the entrance. You can also book a hotel right inside the park itself. So we'll show you how that hotel looks like. But Epic Universe has its own street. All the trees are newly planted. You can see the entrance is granular from all the palm trees side by side and all the greeneries throughout the entrance and inside the park itself. It gives you more of a tropical feel plus a warm feel when you're entering. The different entrance point for rideshare versus the bus that charter you in from Universal Studio, or if you decide to park, there's a huge parking lot nearby at the entrance. And you can also see the actual hotel inside the park itself. And as we approach the rideshare stop, it is about a 5-minute walk to the entrance of the park. And as you enter from the rideshare parking space, you can see the entrance. It's nothing unusual from any other theme park entrance. Big opening, big entry, and definitely take the opportunity to take some photos before you enter the gate. There is a security check. After you pass the security check, there's that main entrance to Central Park. So you can see there with the Epic Universe Studio, this is a great view to see, especially when you're entering this whole universe. It just feels like nothing else. Take the opportunity to take some photos right in front before you enter. As you enter, you can either go to the right or the left side. You can't go straight. So to the left side is Super Nintendo World, to the right is Train Your Dragon. Highly recommend queuing up to Super Nintendo Universe first. It gets pretty packed later on in the afternoon. It does die down in the evening, but at the beginning, you want to enter here first. And the reason is not to explore Yoshi Ride or Mario Kart. What you want to do is, as you enter, don't get caught up in all the actual photographers taking photos. Like, just skip all that. Head straight to Donkey Kong Country. And the reason for this is because this is one of the best rides at the park. The actual Donkey Kong Country minecart ride. The wait on this ride can range between 30 to 60 minutes at the beginning of the day, but as you approach the afternoon, evening, it can go up to almost triple digits, and sometimes it does go to triple digits. So definitely get here early. And you see here, not a lot of people, but there's so much that you can look at and take photos here, and then you can go back out to Super Nintendo Universe after. And there is that bubbly barrel where you can order a nice ice cream in a barrel, and you can actually get that as a souvenir. So we're gonna head straight to the minecart ride. The minecart ride, and you can tell that this is a new park in the way it's designed. All the line has so much fans and air conditioning running, keeping you cool, keeping you comfortable. So much design was applied to the line itself while you wait. So much to look at. And just to enjoy, relax, have a nice conversation with your party that you're with. And it's just a welcoming to the actual ride itself. The line is very typical of any roller coaster line, and you line up, you queue up, very smooth, no delay, very straightforward. The ride was super fun. Unlike any other ride, the actual rail itself is underneath the actual rail that you see. So it plays tricks on you as you go through this roller coaster. Very family friendly as well. Great addition to the Super Nintendo world. And of course, you can take pictures with King Donkey Kong as you saw him coming out there. You can line up for that. And as you exit Donkey Kong Country, you will run into Yoshi Snack Island. And there's other souvenir items you can get here on the left as well. With the Yoshi Snack Island, you can get 2 different calzone, the red shell or the green shell. And of course, you can't go wrong with the mango smoothie. They also have apple watermelon. And Toadstool Cafe is something you want to try out, but don't overstuff yourself. There's a lot more food to try outside of Super Nintendo World. And don't get enticed by the menu here either. At nighttime, this is how it looks. Highly recommend checking it back out at the end of the day. But during daytime, also look amazing. Nighttime just looks spectacular. So if you're looking to relax a little bit after the actual minecart ride, get on Yoshi Ride. The wait for the Yoshi Ride is typically 15 to 30 minutes, not too long. There's different activities throughout Super Nintendo World, so definitely highly recommend getting a band for at least one for your party. And there's different things you can try out here that is not available in Hollywood. The band itself, they do have the DK and DD band that's not available anywhere else. Outside of Super Nintendo World, definitely save your appetite for Pizza Moon. Highly recommend Pizza Moon. Consider getting the ube pizza. And that gives you something unique, not just look, but it also tastes like ube. If you had ube before, it's very similar. Not as sweet as I expected, but definitely download the Universal Orlando app, and that allows you to order and stand in line. And that's how it works for most of these restaurants. You just stand in line to find a table, not to order. So the lines does move fairly quickly. And you can see here, there's some bits of actual bacon, and there's tomato, there's cheese on top, ube bread. The actual vibe within this Pizza Moon restaurant is very relaxing as well. So we're gonna head over to Dark Universe. Dark Universe is pretty dark, and it's also fun. So if you're looking for good drinks, you can find a lot of good alcoholic drinks or even non-alcoholic drinks throughout this universe, in Dark Universe. There's 2 rides in here. My favorite has to be not the roller coaster one, but the Monster Unchained. So nighttime is also absolutely stunning. Definitely check out after the sunset as well. But daytime, you can also see a lot of the details. Good place to take photos. And there's a lot of interesting design and characteristic to it. So with the Monster Unchained, the line to get to the actual ride itself is breathtaking. The attention to details, and they try to scare you while you go through this line. And they did get a lot of people to get out of the line and exit. But don't get intimidated. The ride itself is very fun. The detail, the animation, the actual technology that went into it is just unexplainable. You have to ride this ride. The wait is not too long. They do this simulation at the introduction. A lot of people got scared looking at this with this animation. You don't actually move that quickly, so don't panic. Just continue with it. And it's very similar to that, the Harry Potter, but less of screen and more of actual robotics in front of you. There's a live fire and water spraying. It is very entertaining. And don't panic again. Just enjoy it and get onto the ride. There's a lot of robotic throughout the actual ride itself. And you can see here Frankenstein, twice the size of a average human body here, but he gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you go through the ride. So it's very hilarious how they planned this out. But the technology that went into this ride, I can't emphasize enough how entertaining it is. It makes the whole experience feel so real, and you're part of the ride itself. So in the park itself, in this universe, there's a lot of different food, especially with the dyed burger bun, the black burger bun. Definitely try that out. Again, there's pretzel here with the Frankenstein. So try all of them. So we're gonna head over to a fun land here. This is Design Your Dragon. So this universe is more kids friendly, I would say, but also friendly for adults too. When you want to relax, cool down a bit, there's a ride on here that you're part of like a fire crew where you put out fire, but you're really just watering people that are watching you, and then they can shoot water back at you. They also have roller coaster here, as well as a rotating firefly. What's interesting about this universe is that it has a huge, almost like a park, a playground for kids. Grown-up can actually get on here and move around too if you want to put your steps in. They have a amazing view on the third deck, so it goes up 3 floors, I think even 4th floor on towards the end. And there's 2 family bathrooms, very family friendly, and you can see the entire park from up here. Great place to take photos and just enjoy the view and wind down for the afternoon or the day. Great place to get a little snack as well. They do have a garlic bread with mac and cheese or chicken in the middle, and I'll show you that in a second here. This tastes absolutely amazing. Again, you can get mac and cheese or you can pulled pork. Absolutely delicious. And then last universe, and of course we're gonna check out the Dragon restaurant later this evening. But the Harry Potter world, this is a different world. So each Universal Studio, that is, each park has their own Harry Potter land. So this is just one of the land within their story lineup. The entrance to the portal is similar to this universe as every other universe we saw. They make the tiles more so like it's worn out back in the 1800s and so forth. You can see here the land is a little bit more modern compared to the other lands that we saw at Universal Studio Orlando or even Islands of Adventure. They only have one ride here, but this ride takes the longest. Best to go after lunch. That's when the line becomes less. They do have a show as well. This Secure Arcanus, very entertaining. Love the show a lot, and it's a great place to be, especially on a hot, humid day. And then you can enjoy a drink as you finish the show. Outside, there's a place where you can order magical drinks that change the drink from teal to purple as you stir in that cotton candy. I believe it's cotton candy. So something you can entertain the kids with or yourself and take some photos. They do have more alcoholic beverages in Harry Potter land, so something to consider. The butterbeer is also delicious. I would recommend the smoothie one, especially in the heat. During the summertime, it can get pretty humid. We're gonna head over to the Harry Potter ride, and this ride usually take the longest, the Ministry ride, but they do let you enter the actual tunnel and check out where the Battle of Ministry, basically the line itself to the ride, and it's just a well-designed layout where there's always something to look at. Great place to take photos. It's a little darker but it's a great experience, especially if you can't get in the ride because the line is too long or you just don't want to wait that long. Also a good place to cool down and just walk around, check out some of the arts display and so forth. They also have entertaining ventilation as you exit there. Right outside of the Harry Potter is the on-site hotel right on the actual parkland itself. So that allows you to enter the park an hour earlier and of course direct access to the park without going through security each time. So if you're tired and you want to take a break from the amusement park, you can just quickly take a quick break, go back to the hotel. It's just walking distance, about 10 minutes from each of the universe. In the middle, right behind the Celestial Park and the carousel, you have the water fountain and the water show right next to the Blue Dragon restaurant, which we'll be eating there later, and we'll show you the details of what food we recommend. The water show goes on, I believe, every 10 to 15 minutes. If you've been to Las Vegas, it's very similar to that of the Bellagio water show. There's no music coordination or anything like that, but it's a good place to just sit around, have a snack, or just relax under a tree and just enjoy the view and just to take a quick break from all the craziness of the lines. So let's go ahead and head into the Blue Dragon restaurant. You do have to make a reservation for this, and I'll post a link in the description of this video where you can do that. And inside, a lot of details went into the design of making it look more of a Asian type of cuisine. You have golden trees, you have red painted design with roof, you have starlight that I'll show you in a second. The drinks, mixed drinks here, you can get alcohol or non-alcohol. Recommend the ramen dish. Even though it's hot inside the AC, it's delicious. You have the bulgogi and beef, as well as the bento box for kids. And there's a starlight ceiling with the lantern. I would say this is probably the best restaurant on this land. And of course, at nighttime, just walk around, take a look at all the lights. Even the entrance light looks amazing. Take an opportunity to take some photos. If you find this video helpful for your upcoming trip to Epic Universe, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.